we are hearing introduction to SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. We heard how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis. The Lord left only 8 shlokas of his instructions in writing, and they are known as the Shikastaka. All other literatures of his divine cult were extensively written by the Lord's principal followers, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan and their followers, on the order of Mahaprabhu, like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjwal Nilamani, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Hari Bhakti Vilas, Satkriya Sardipika. Then they wrote commentaries to Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami and Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami wrote Sat Sandarbhas 6. So there very elaborately, and other writings also of Rupa Goswami, so many. So it is all about pure devotion and Braja Prem. The cult of Chaitanya philosophy is richer than any other, and it is admitted to be the living religion of the day, with the potency for spreading as Vishwadharma or universal religion, means anyone can join, because this religion is the religion of the soul, not of any body or mind, but it is same for all, and it is natural for every jiva, because we all have eternal relation with same Supreme Lord and among us. So that only this religion can actually be universal, because it is on transcendental platform. We are glad that the matter has been taken up by some enthusiastic sages like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Maharaj and his disciples. Last time also I read, and I'm again emphasizing here, Srila Sai Maharaj is writing that the matter has been taken up by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and his disciples, in plural, not singular. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and his disciple. He did not write this. He wrote, and his disciples, plural. We shall eagerly wait for the happy days of Bhagavad Dharma or Prema Dharma inaugurated by the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The 8 shlokas completed by the Lord are, now first verse of Shikastaka, here only the translation is given. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. This is not in the verse itself in Sanskrit, but it is coming from realization. All jivas, we have this demand for Satchidananda. We want to live eternally, no one wants to die. We want to know, and we want to be blissful, happy. These are not the properties of the body, but of the soul. That is why soul is searching for this and desires this, but cannot find in phantasmagoria of this Maya. But no one can deny these desires. They are inherent in every living entity. They are inseparable factor. So what we actually are anxious for, that is Supreme Lord, His service. And this Sankirtan, pure devotional service, enables us to get that. For what we are anxious. We think, if I will get this, I will be happy. If I will achieve this, I will be happy. All this is illusion. But we are in Maya, we are under illusion. So we need the association of pure devotees who have realization of the truth. We may know so many things, but in practically, I am attracted to so many things. Why? Even though I know, and also I am speaking and I am explaining to others also, but still, practically speaking, I have so many attractions for all this, except the service of Krishna. Though you may know and explain to others and encourage others or instruct others, but I'm not doing, because that is practical life. Practical life is necessary, Gurudev said, not only theoretical knowledge, but practical life, how much I can devote myself for the service of Krishna. And properly. That can only be awakened by the grace of pure devotee, and he can only give us actual service of Krishna. If we ignore, neglect, offend devotees, then we are deprived of the service of Krishna. Ki rupe paivo seva mui durachar, Shri Guru Vaishnava roti na hoilo amar. How I can get the service of Krishna if I have no attachment to Guru and Vaishnava? It is not possible. O my Lord, the second verse. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. He made it easy for us. But due to our accumulation of tenfold offenses, if we criticize devotees, Vedas, and taught this is all equal, you do any good activity or you chant, that is equal, so many things, and other misfortunes also there, due to so many lifetimes of these habits to enjoy. All this is preventing us, and ignorance is preventing us to have attraction for holy name. Like if you have jaundice, if someone gives you sugar candy to eat, then you will not feel good taste. But the problem is not in the sugar candy. The problem is in my tongue, because biliousness is there, pitta. So I taste everything bitter. Like that, because of ignorance, we are unable to get that attraction. Or like if there is rust on the magnet, on the iron, then iron will not be attracted to magnet. But when you remove that rust, then naturally iron will be attracted. So all jivas, they have natural attraction for Krishna, that is by nature. But because we misused our relative independence and wanted to enjoy and made it a long time practice, for that reason we are unable to get. But by the grace of sadhus, we get faith in Krishna, and based on that faith, if we do sadhana, then gradually that ignorance will be removed and we will get taste. One should chant the third verse. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. This means no false ego should be there. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. And by such chanting, one can awaken prema. So we have to come to this. Again, by chanting regularly and by serving the sadhus and doing all devotional forums, when anarthas will be gradually removed and they will be subdued, then we can come to this constancy, and also we will do without false ego, false retaliation, revenge, and can give due respect to others. You can see good qualities in others. Then one can chant actually holy name. Fourth verse. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. There are different possibilities in the meaning of Sanskrit words. So here is one. Nadhanam, that means no wealth. Najanam means no this manpower, followers. Na sundarim kobita. Sundarim kobitam ba jagadishikana. So if you take separately, then sundarim means beautiful lady or wife, beautiful woman, sundarim. If you take together sundarim kobitam, then it becomes beautiful poetry. Means this worldly poetry, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, this we want some art and poetry and all this, but this is all related to this world still. It is not transcendental, it is not pure devotion, it is still related to this world. So here it is beautiful woman, otherwise it means and I don't want wealth, I'm not praying for wealth, not praying for manpower, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur included wife and children and these relatives in this. John. Nadhanam Najanam. And Sundarim Gopita, this beautiful poetry or any scholarship and like this. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, he explained Sundarim Gopita means this worldly dharma described in the Vedas, dharma. I don't want dharma. Then artha, I don't want money, that is dhan. And John means sense gratification of wife and others. So I don't want dharma, artha and kama. Also, I don't want moksha, because birth after birth I'm not praying for liberation. If I have to be born, no problem. But if it is your will, you can take me out or not. That is your will. But I'm not praying for this. I'm praying only for your service. Wherever I may be, in whatever this, I'm not requesting you to rescue me from my karma. No, what karma I did, let me get. That is no problem. But I want to serve you. That is my prayer. So here Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur showed, Mahaprabhu is telling by this verse, I am not desiring dharma, artha, kama, moksha, but only bhakti or prema. Fifth verse. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. Somehow or other I fell, because this is very difficult, very subtle point to understand. What is marginal potency? What are the qualities of marginal potency? And that natural or neutral position of marginal potency, which is beyond this time. So very difficult to understand by the words of Shastra. You have to get some glimpse of this to understand. If only external words of Shastra you will try to understand, then it is very difficult to harmonize all the different statements of Shastra. Sometimes it is said, Nitya Mukta, Nitya Bada, eternally liberated, eternally conditioned. So Nitya, and in Bhagavatam it is said, one will get fear because of misidentifying with matter, because of being turned away from Krishna. Bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshata syat, ishat apetasya. Bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshata syat, ishat apetasya, viparjaya smriti, that verse, 11th canto. This is caused by our turning away. When this turning away came, and where, is a very subtle point, because it is said onadi and so on. So it is not possible to intellectually grasp this. And also Jiva is eternal and Jiva's free will is eternally admitted, otherwise Shastra is all useless. Why they would give any instruction if anyhow you cannot choose anything? And this is the property of the soul, consciousness. So if soul is turned away, then she had to turn away, but we are now using past tense. And she must agree to submit to Krishna. Otherwise, Shastra is useless, or bona fide Guru is useless. Guru will say, do this, don't do this. So you have to do it. He will not do it. He tells you what you have to do and encourages you, but you have to do it. So if we are averse, who became averse? Someone else? No, I became averse. When, how, is very subtle point. In Samadhi only you can see. If you get that revelation, then you can understand different statements of Shastras in proper light. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also explained in more details than previous acharyas, but even he himself said in Jeva Dharma that this point you will not be able to understand only by hearing about it. Cannot. You will have to do ardent spiritual practice and realize in samadhi, in transcendental realization. I only told you some indications, but you will have to realize. How this happen, how it is happening, and how you can be rescued, what you have to do, what you did, and so many things there. But here Sai Maharaj made it simple. I am your eternal servant. Somehow or other I am fallen, so you please accept me as your servant, as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. That will solve all problems. Oh my Lord, when will my eyes, this is 6th verse, oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love, flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Means all ecstatical symptoms will appear, and it is the peculiar nature of bhava stage that what you are experiencing, and at the same time you are longing for that kind of experience. Kobe Hobe more said Inudin. They're having, but they're feeling and expressing in this way when this will come. Because it is unlimited. You cannot say, I have it. Because it is unlimited. You cannot limit that. That is unlimited. So Mahaprabhu, you will find, he expressed in this, Kada Tava Grahana Bhavishati. When this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, many songs you will find like this. And Narottam Thakur songs, they have such prayers, and Bilawangal Thakur like this. And Madhavendra Puri, because when they come to that platform, or when they express that platform, they did not come, they always had, but they express that stage, then this is peculiar nature, special nature. And they are not pretending, sincerely they are feeling this, that I don't have it. They have it, but because it is unlimited, they will express, I don't have it. I'm in want. I'm lacking. Because of unlimited nature of that. So they are not expressing artificially. Really, sincerely, they are telling like this. 7th. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. We're hearing during Kartik Brata this verse. If one has a relation, then he can feel separation. If there is no relation, then you cannot artificially imitate some kind of separation. Guru said, Gopis, they are feeling separation. But we cannot feel because we did not awaken our relation. But what we feel, that is that verse, Tapte Jivanam, that verse. Gopis, when they are feeling separation from Krishna, they are speaking about Krishna, singing about Krishna to keep their life. Or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, we sang that song. Punanamashraya Kori. I cannot remain alive, so I'm taking shelter of the name in separation grief. So gopis also, they are speaking about Krishna continuously to somehow tolerate that separation grief. So Guru said that we are not on that stage. Then how we will? He said, but we have some other feeling, that is suffering of these threefold miseries of this world. So to be rescued from these miseries, we are chanting and speaking Harikatha and everything, not out of separation, grief. That will come in later, in realized state. So for that reason we have to do, to come out from this unnatural state. And there are so many attractions Maya is giving all the time. So we need sadhu sangha to catch us. That is Maya. It is illusion. You think you will be happy, but you cannot be. They have that knowledge, a realization of that. Because they can see through this Maya. 8. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Here Sai Maharaj also, similarly as our Gurudev translated or explained, he handles me roughly in his embrace. He said he may crush me by embracing me or by mortifying me, broken-hearted, here Sai Maharaj using, by not being present before me, or present but with others. So this bhav is also very difficult to understand. We cannot understand. Intellectually, by imagining and this thing, you cannot. You have to come to that stage of devotion. We cannot become Radharani, but we can get the service of Radharani. Then through that service, we can feel her realization up to the degree for which we are qualified. Not as Radharani, but that type of quality as Radharani has, that we can get through the service, through serving her, and as much as we are qualified, capable. But one drop of that can fully fulfill you. You will not feel any material lacking. There is always hankering and always lacking, but that is in fullness. It is not in any this worldly lacking. It is of different type. There is no unfulfillment there. Fulfillment, but also hankering. Always. It's both. This also, it is very difficult to understand. We may hear from realized souls, and we may have faith, but to actually understand it, we have to get that realization. So now chapter 1 of SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM is starting. Questions by the sages. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janma Dasya Yatonvayat Janmadyasya yatonvayat itaratash charteshva vigyaswarat tene brahma hridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsuraya tejo varimridam yata vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakah satyam param dhimahi. This first verse. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudev, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudev means son of Vasudev, means short A. One is Vasudev, father, short A, and Vasudev, Krishna. And this Vasudev, he is all-pervading, Krishna. So, he is everywhere. Those who have surrendered to him and they are having connection with him, they can have no fear and no worries. They are always feeling him everywhere. And he is, nothing can happen without his will. Everything is under his control. I am his child. He is my father. So there can be no any anxiety for those who have connection. But if I have anxiety, it proves I have no connection with all-pervading Supreme Lord. I am afraid and worried and disturbed. It means I have no connection. And I think I can solve my problems by some material improvement. That is also illusion. It can never be possible and has no end. That material searching and acquiring, and that has got no end. And always new hope will come. Yeah, only this I need more, and this, and when this will happen, and all this, all the time illusion, cheating. It is not possible. We can get what we are anxious for only by submitting to Krishna. I'm saying but not doing. That is my problem. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. We are hearing this throughout Bhagavatam all the time. He knows everything. That is why he knows what we did. And he's giver of the fruits. There is no mistake. And he is all good. That is why those who have connection with him, they can always be optimistic. But those who lost and we are in Maya, then we become depressed or pessimistic because of not seeing Krishna as all good and how he's controlling everything. That also we may believe, we may imagine or hear and speak, but to actually see that, there is that realization is necessary, which is coming as a result of sincere practice. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. Imparted. Gurudev gave importance on this imparted. We cannot get it by our own effort. We need his grace. He's self-effulgent. We need his grace, and his grace will come to surrendered soul. Even if we say that Vedic knowledge is already present in our real self, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, not like shlokas and this, but the point of the Vedas, that is devotion, that is natural in every jiva. Even if someone says we have it, still in order to manifest that, we need his grace. We cannot by our own effort. When we get his grace, then everything is known to us. Vedic knowledge, he imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion. The great sages here means munis and rishis and they and demigods, not those who are pure devotees. Pure devotees, they are free of illusion. As one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. So that is looks like that, but it is not. So when we become averse to Krishna, then we are influenced by Maya. Maya. Ma means not, Ya means that. It is not that. It appears it is, but it is not. Like we see water in desert, it looks like water, but there is no water there. That is illusion. Like this, we think this world is eternally existing, knowledge and bliss. So we are searching for this Satchidananda in a wrong place. Like that one man, you know, once upon a time, one queen, she had one beautiful pearl necklace. She put it there and one bird took it and flew away. And she was so much attached that she was depressed. Then king, in order to satisfy her, he tried to search, and then also he gave a reward. Whoever will find that will get so much money or half kingdom or something very big. So he, all were searching, no one could find. But one man, one day, he saw in that small river spring, he saw it is there inside. So he went there and he put hand inside to catch it, but could not grasp it. Then he took out the hand and again he looked more carefully about the location and he saw it is there. Again he went with the hand and tried to catch but could not catch. And he was trying again and again. And he did not give up, but at the same time he was not successful. Then one sadhu came, one pure devotee came by, and he saw that man is distressed, and this person who was trying to catch that, he opened it to that sadhu. Why? Because he knew he's a sadhu, he has no any desires for money, so I can tell him, he may help me. It is not that he will try to take my reward, because sadhus, they have no any desire. So he expressed to him that I am distressed because of I see necklace but I cannot catch it. And I'm trying so much but I'm unsuccessful. Then sadhu said, yes, you look up. Then that man looked up and he saw that actually pearl necklace was hanging on one branch of a tree. And what was down there, what he was seeing was only reflection on the water of that necklace there. Actual necklace is there, but he's seeing reflection and he's trying to get it, but cannot get it. That is Maya. We want to be happy, but we think if I will get this, then I can be happy. But it is not. So we need the grace of sadhu to tell us where happiness actually is. Realized sadhu. We may speak many things, but only one who has practical life, who realized, he can inspire us and guide us properly how to get that and where it is not there. Also, our Gurudev told, why you are searching for a thing where it is not. So realized soul is necessary. So illusory representations of water is in fire and in water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. They are existing, but we are seeing it in the wrong way. That is Maya. Because of him they appear factual, because that is his Maya. I therefore, this is now the solution, I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So here in this verse you will find everything, all Vedas there, all knowledge is there. Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana, all are included here. About relation, ultimate goal and process. And then the whole Bhagavatam is explaining. Yes. He is Dhammasvena, Sada Nirasta, Kuhakam. He is always that in that abode, transcendental abode. That is our prayojana. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam Vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam SRIMAD BHAGAVATE Mahamunikrite Kim va parer ishvara Sadhyo hridya varudya tetra kritibih Shushrusubhistat kshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. But liberation is also material motivated. Because you want to be free from suffering. It is related to matter and it is selfish. It is not proper. So immediately all dharma, artha, kama, moksha, they are discouraged. The second verse. This is not what is your necessity. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavat Puran propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality, distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. That is pure devotion, natural devotion. This is highest truth, which is understood by pure devotees, who are fully pure in heart. They are near matsara. They have no malice towards anyone, because they are not disturbed by anyone or threatened by anyone. We compete with others for material acquisition. So we have malice towards others and revenge and all these things. But they have no such desires and they cannot see anyone as their enemy or competitor or something. Because they already have connection with unlimited reality. And if I get unlimited reality, others are not deprived of getting. And if he is getting unlimited reality, I am not deprived of getting unlimited reality, because unlimited reality is unlimited. There is no end, so there is no competition, no not. So where is the question of any malice? Impossible. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme North is established within his heart. In his maturity, Vyasadeva first divided the Vedas, putting into categories, and wrote Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra and Mahabharata, but felt unsatisfied. That does not mean that there is no truth. Truth is there, revelation is there, but it is not very clearly expressed. So after he wrote Bhagavatam, then he was fully happy. That was in maturity. But those who understand Bhagavatam, realize Bhagavatam, then they can see also what is the meaning of those Upanishads and Vedanta and all and different Puranas. Puranas also he wrote. They can see in proper light that. Jiva Goswami showed this mostly. Others also, but they Goswamis mostly Rup Sanatan, they gave Bhagavatam evidence, but the Jiva Goswami in his Sandarbhas, for his points, he quoted from all possible scriptures, from Puranas, from Mahabharata, Upanishads, Vedanta, everywhere. He showed what is the point, Bhagavatam, and also all other scriptures he also quoted. So tomorrow is one Vaishnava. We'll hear about his glory and then we'll continue Bhagavatam.